Alright, so back with another decode, and today's is on uh, George Orwell's books 1984 and Animal Farm, and how they both connect to the Jesuits slash the Roman Catholic Church. So, the novels 1984 and Animal Farm were written by an author named George Orwell, and the book 1984 was published on June 8th, which can be written 6/8, and it begins on the date April 4th, 1984, which equals 68. So the book is said to begin on April 4th, and you know, April 4th, 1984, spelled out how you see on the screen here, equals 68, like the date, like on 68, like the date that 1984 was published, June 8th, 6/8. But anyways, George Orwell also made an article called You and the Atom Bomb, and You and the Atom Bomb equals 68. And, that all kind of is connecting back to arguably his most popular book, 1984, and, which came out on 6/8. But anyways, so keep in mind that the word Catholic equals 46, and George Orwell died at age 46, and both the terms 46, so 46 spelled out, and 46 years old, both of those equal 46. And he was known for being a novelist, and the word novelist equals 46. And it's said that he predicted the Cold War, through his works and whatnot, and the Cold War equals 46. And one of the main slogans in 1984 is War is Peace, and War is Peace equals 46. The inner party in 1984 is an oligarchy, and it's basically like a small group of people with a lot of power, and the word oligarchy equals 46. And in 1984, the word that is used to describe like certain departments people work for, in their society and whatnot. Like there's, for example, like Ministry of Truth, Ministry of Love, I believe, and I think a couple others. But anyways, the word ministry also equals 46. And, as the word ministry refers to religion, the word religion equals 46. And actually, both ministry and religion have the same gematria, as their numbers are 46, 53, 89, and 127. So they have the same gematria, like their numbers are all the same, but none of their numbers actually match in the same cipher, if that makes sense, in each cipher. So like they have the same numbers, but they're all in a, they don't, the two terms don't match up in any one of the 4 base ciphers. So, but anyways, and on the 127, how I just said ministry and religion both equal 127. Another slogan in 1984 is one that is constantly used throughout the book, is Big Brother is watching you, and Big Brother is watching you equals 127. Just like Bavarian Illuminati equals 127, with the surveillance and stuff. And yes, I do think, the Illuminati watches us, through cameras and stuff. Like surveillance state is, you know, we're from our phones to our computers or TVs. I think the Illuminati, there's something with the Illuminati, like they watch us or something, like they're the group in charge of like keeping an eye on the masses. I do think that. So Big Brother is watching you 127, and Bavarian Illuminati equals 127. As I said earlier, ministry and religion equals 127 as well. But anyways, so in George Orwell, like I said, he died at 46 years old, and the term 46 years old also equals 127. And for another 127, the first half of the first sentence in the book 1984 is "It was a bright cold day in April." And "it was a bright cold day in April" equals 127. So maybe I'm reaching there, but I felt like there was something significant to it. So I just added it in and saw that it connected. So there you go. But anyways, another phrase repeated throughout the book is "down with Big Brother," and "down with Big Brother" equals 220, 103, and 266. Just like the term 1984. So, the book, the numbers 1984 spelled out 1984 equals 220, 103, and 266, just like "Down with Big Brother" does. So another a big topic in 1984 is thought crime. And thought crime equals 177, just like New World Order equals 177, because that's ultimately where things are heading. They're trying to tell you how to think and stuff. And I mean, has that not? I mean, just look at the world nowadays on the surface, and you can see that. And if you can't, I don't know what to tell you. But it's there's not going to be a stop put to it. From the collective awakening, then this is the type of stuff that's going to continue to get worse. So, and this will actually become a reality. But anyways, so thought crime equals 177, just like New World Order equals 177. And of course, as the New World Order is the Jesuit order, the term "the Jesuit order" equals 177. And Orwell died in England on January 21st, 1950. And the term England and the term January 21st, 1950, as it's spelled out on the screen, England and January 21st, 1950 both equal 132. And why that is important is because the term Roman Catholic equals 132. So this is, that connection is just showing you what I've been talking about. The Roman Catholic Church is, at the top, at the tip of the spear, tip of the pyramid. That's them. Most powerful. But anyways, and as I stated earlier, Orwell predicted the Cold War. And keep in mind, and I actually found this out, when I was doing this research, that the Cold War literally lasted exactly 44 years. And I mean exactly, because you look it up and it says January 1st, 1947 to January 1st, 1991. Why'd they do that? For this reason. Because as the Cold War lasted exactly 44 years, the book 1984 starts on April 4th. Why did the book 1984 start on April 4th? Because that date can be written 4/4. There, this is just all syncing, and there's a couple more 44s, but this is all syncing, just showing you their plan. And do I think George Orwell was probably connected to Jesuits, or maybe the Jesuits used his name? And George Orwell was just his pen name. That wasn't his real name, but I think the Jesuits probably influenced a lot of these things into his writing, and maybe he did do this on his own, but I'm just saying, either way, this stuff, these details in the book sync up with things that happened after he wrote it. So keep in mind, the book 1984 was published, like I said, well, actually, I didn't even put the date in here, but anyways, it was published on, like I said, on June 8th in the year 1949, and he died like less than a year after. But anyways, in 1950. But 1949 and the Cold War. The Cold War did start like 2 years before, but I wonder if that writing process he was, doing it before the Cold War even started. But and I don't even think the hype really built up yet at the time he published it. So a lot of this, I believe, is, you could say, predicting, but I think there was some connections that it was just showing you the Jesuits' blueprint, their intentions and how things are going to go in the future. But that's just my opinion, anyways. So yeah, the Cold War lasted exactly 44 years. In the book, 1984 starts on April 4th, which can be written /4, and the book 1984 is about a dystopia, and the word dystopia equals 44. And this is just a little something. This might be a little stretch, but described on the first page of the book is vile wind, and vile wind equals 44. And I feel like there's some significance to that. Like, I don't know, like, I just read it off the first page, and I felt like there was some significance to it that I still don't get. So I just added it in here. But yeah, vile wind equals 44 as well. Dystopia equals 44. Cold War lasted 44 years. The book 1984, in the book, it starts on April 4th, which can be written /4. So there's all the 44s. Anyways, and, ultimately, you guys can tell the book it's right there in the name, 1984. The book 1984, if I have to spell it out for you, it's pointing the finger at the Jesuit order, right? So, as the term, the Jesuit order equals 84. And the terms Jesuit and United States of America both equal 84 as well. And as the Jesuits form an apostolic ministry, they preach, to people to be as sheep for their Savior, Jesus Christ, as I think their formal name is the Society of Jesus. But, yeah, so the term apostolic ministry and Savior both equal 84 as well. So apostolic ministry, Savior, Jesuit, United States of America, as I believe, this type of world is already here in the United States and will just continue to unfold and show more of. People gotta wake up. But anyways, so, like I said, 1984, the Jesuit order, Jesuit, United States of America, apostolic ministry, and the word Savior, they all equal 84. Come on, it doesn't get any more clear than that. Anyways, the word Jesuit equals 84, like I said, 78, and 42, just like the word Savior equals 84, 78, and 42. So that's just showing you, further, who the power really belongs to, as they are creating these things, and they're creating these concepts in people's minds. Just saying. Anyways, Animal Farm is another book by George Orwell, which was published on August 17th, 1945, and that date, did I say 19th? I don't know what I said, but anyways, August 17th, 1945 equals 144. Okay, keep that in mind. And in the book, there is an anthem that the animals sing called Beasts of England, and Beasts of England equal 144. And like I said, the United States of America, the term the United States of America, and the term just Jesuit order, not the Jesuit order, but Jesuit order, both those terms equal 144. So, you know, it's, oops. But yeah, I mean, it can't get any more clear. It can't. So, uh, where am I at? Okay. But when I saw this, what I'm about to say, I was like, yeah, like, these two books for sure connect to both these books by George Orwell for sure, just for sure, like, definitely, no doubt in my mind, connect to, uh, the Jesuits. So, the Jesuits are said to operate in 112 nations. And Animal Farm has 112 pages. So if you and there's probably different versions and stuff, but if you look it up, and whether it's right or wrong, the ritual is still there. If you look up Animal Farm, it will say 112 pages. Okay? Animal Farm has 112 pages, and the Jesuit order is said to, be in effect in 112 nations. I mean, come on. On top of that, to go back to 1984, let's connect this book as well. They use the word victory like as a brand name, and even on the first page of the book, they mention victory mansions. So just to get to the examples down here, for example, in the book they use the terms like victory gin, victory cigarettes, victory mansions, whatever. But the word victory in 1984, the word victory equals 112. So victory equals 112. That connects 1984 to the Jesuit order. And Animal Farm has 112 pages. It's like, come on. Connects both books. You know? That's not an accident, but that was it. You know. And notice how a lot of these words have like double, maybe even triple overlap. Uh, in the ciphers and whatnot. I think there's just a lot of doubles here. But yeah, I mean, triple overlap. But yeah, Roman Catholic Church, Jesuits operate out of it. And, the boats 1984 and Animal Farm connect to the Jesuit order. The people that pretty much rule the world. So, yeah, but yeah, you just notice by some of these, screenshots and whatnot have double overlap and maybe even triple overlap in some that I didn't even talk about, but yeah, that was it. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Just share the knowledge with people, get the word out and whatnot. So, yeah. So, I don't know when I'll be back with another one. I don't really have one I'm working on now, so it's like whenever I find a post to work on, I'll I guess I'll make a video on it and whatnot like I always do, and I don't know when that's gonna be though, but yeah, so don't expect one from me like soon because I don't even have one in mind to do. Like I don't have anything in mind to even decode. So uh, but one will come out when one does. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'm out. Peace.